online at 102.1 FM, KJFMradio.com, the KJFM Radio app, and Alexa. We're KJFM Louisiana. Eagle 102, with studios in Bowling Green, Louisiana, and Pittsfield.
Area high school baseball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at KJFMradio.com, and on the KJFM Radio app. Now to the diamond for high school baseball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
And good afternoon and welcome to Bowling Green High School. Mark Fronick here in the broadcast booth. This game was supposed to be at Farber as the Bobcats take on the Van Far Indians. They moved that about 3 hours ago. So we're at Bowling Green, and the Bobcats will be the visitors on the scoreboard against the 8-5 Van Far Indians. We'll talk about these two teams and set up today's matchup when we start the pregame show for you next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Ackles Farm Market, Noah Builders, and Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service.
The Eagle 102 Sports pregame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Shelter Insurance agent Ashley Jenkins.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 Sports pregame show on KJFM Radio.
And welcome back to Bowling Green, getting ready for the Bobcats and the Van Far Indians. Again, Van Far will be the home team today as this game was moved from Farber this afternoon. So Van Far comes into this ball game with an 8-5 record. Bowling Green 1-10. The Bobcats, they took Silex to extra innings on Tuesday before finally falling to the Owls 5-4 on a Chase Mullen bases loaded single in the bottom of the 8th inning. So they're coming in trying to search for a win. They're trying to get over that hump. Van Far, on the other hand, they've been great the last few weeks. Since Tyson Douglas returned to the top of the Van Far lineup against Louisiana on the 7th of this month, they have been absolutely on fire. They came into that game against Louisiana just 2-3 on the season. Malik had a good day, seemed to be, babying things a little bit at the top of the order, coming off that knee injury. But since his return to the lineup, Van Far has a 6-2 record, including a 5-game winning streak, which was snapped on Tuesday at Montgomery County. The only two losses coming against Montgomery County and Wright City the day after Tyson returned to the top of that Van Far order. So they've been very good, and he's a transformative player. The Douglas boys for Van Far, they are just all good athletes. I was talking to Bowling Green coach Matthew Jane about him, and he's one of those guys, or actually Van Far has 3 Douglas brothers, and they're all the type of player you put them in any uniform, a track uniform, a football uniform, baseball uniform, they're going to go out and give you a great performance, and that is definitely a lineup-changing addition at the top of the order for the Van Far Indians. They're 8-5, Bowling Green 1-10. We'll take a break and look at our keys to the game after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, Barnes Roots and Herbs, and Mike Henry Excavating.
The Eagle 102 Sports Keys to the Game are right around the corner. Brought to you by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Ackles Farm Market has locally produced beef, pork, and honey. Stop in for your farm fresh cut ribeye, New York strip, ribs, ground beef, snack sticks, and all beef hot dogs. Open every day, 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service specializes in all things plumbing, from repairs and professional installations to detailed camera inspections and new home construction. Their expert team has you covered. Experience quality plumbing done right. Call Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service today at 573-719-9474.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Ackles Farm Market, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports Keys to the Game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
And our keys to the game come down first to the pitching matchup. Reese Gual is going to be tough, so Bowling Green going to have to be patient and find their pitch against the Van Far Hurler. On the other side, you've got David Troutman on the bump for the Bowling Green Bobcats, and he's got to throw strikes. We didn't see him in the Silex game, but he would be your two starter, your three pitcher. So he's got to throw strikes and not allow Van Far to get free passes to the base pass, because they're an aggressive running team. They like to put the men in motion and put the bat on the ball. So that's going to be big for Bowling Green. They're going to have to play good defense behind Troutman here this afternoon. It's Van Far, the home team here at Bowling Green High School, as this game was again switched from down in Farber over to here because of soppy field conditions at the home of the Indians. So they'll have the last at bat here on the road as well in this ball game against Bowling Green. Those are our keys to the game. We got starting lineups still to come on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Lynn's Heritage House.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups are coming up. Brought to you by Community State Banks of Missouri.
This is Marianne Everhart with Community State Bank of Missouri. At Community State Bank, we don't just work here, we live here. As a locally owned and operated bank, we are deeply rooted in the success of our communities. Every decision is made with our neighbors in mind, and every customer is treated like family. We take pride in supporting local businesses, helping families achieve their financial goals, and making our hometown stronger. When you bank with us, you're not just an account number, you're part of something bigger. Community State Bank of Missouri, with branches in Bowling Green and Troy. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Pepsi Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. Pepsi Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are playing.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Pepsi.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Banks of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
Well, a few pregame changes here at Bowling Green as they were not set to host this game, so there's no PA. They're not going to do on-field announcements. They will play the national anthem, which I'll get here in a second. But even no concession stand. Didn't get my pregame pork in today, but getting ready for the national anthem. We'll have your starting lineups after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, and Bolin Chevrolet.
To measure the true value of a compact tractor, break out all the jobs it can do. You'll have a long list with a New Holland Workmaster Series 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor from Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green. Put your money on an economical Workmaster compact and enjoy the power of a 3-cylinder engine, the simplicity of a hydrostatic or gear transmission, and a roomy deck. If you value performance and economy, see Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green today about a Workmaster 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance needs. Call or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
And your starting lineups for this ball game. First for the visiting Bowling Green Bobcats here at Bowling Green High School. They'll lead it off, the catcher, number 9, Mason Murray. Then the center fielder, number 8, Brady Huber. Third baseman bats third, number 33, Graydon Coleman. He was intentionally walked twice in the game against Silex. The cleanup hitter is the shortstop, number 5, Brendan Schurter. Then the pitcher, number 3, David Troutman. Second baseman, bats 6, number 1, Hunter Ince. Then the first baseman, number 4, Alex Reedy. Left fielder in the 8 spot, number 18, Carson Canese. And then the right fielder, number 25, Calvin McCurdy. For the Van Far Indians, they'll lead it off with the left fielder, number 25, Tyson Douglas. Then the shortstop, number 2, Ronnie Stanich. In the 3 spot is the first baseman, number 21, Carson Huff. Then the pitcher, batting cleanup, number 22, Reese Cowell. Center fielder batting 5th, number 15, Malik Douglas. Then the third baseman, number 6, Gibson Condi. Batting 7th is the right fielder, number 1, Garrett Hopke. Then the second baseman, number 26, Easton Sharp. Round out the batting order with the designated hitter, number 7, Landon Flowers. And flexing behind the plate is number 17, Gavin Gaston. So Gaston will field, Flowers will hit. And that is how the Van Far order lines out. So for Bowling Green, Murray, Huber, Coleman, Schurter, Troutman, Ince, Reedy, Canese, and McCurney. For Van Far, Douglas, Stanich, Huff, Cowell, Douglas, Condi, Hopke, Sharp, and Flowers. Van Far on the field, and Reese Cowell taking his warm-up tosses ahead of the first pitch of this ball game. Set the lineup. How about the defense for Van Far? Tyson Douglas in left, Malik Douglas in center, Garrett Hopke is in right, Gibson Condi at third, Ronnie Stanich at short, Easton Sharp at second base, Carson Huff over at first, Gavin Gaston behind the plate, and Reese Cowell finishes his warm-up tosses, and stepping to the plate will be the Bobcat catcher, Mason Murray. Murray had a good day. He was on base 3 times against Silex, 2 singles, and reached on a fielder's choice. And the first pitch of the ball game is fouled off for strike 1. We're underway here at Bowling Green with the Bobcats as the visiting team on the scoreboard. Well, as his sign, and from the full line, delivers the 0-1 pitch inside, evens counted a ball and a strike. Play him way off the line at first and third, and he hits a ball in fair territory, opposite field. Backing up is the right fielder, and making the catch is Garrett Hopke, and that's how we start this ball game. Gave it an oppo ride. Hopke stayed with it, and that's the first out. So Murray retired, and Brady Huber will be the batter. Huber came up with a runner on late in the ballgame against Silex. Tried to bunt for a hit. The sacrifice was good as this one is into right, and he goes opposite field for a base hit. He got the bunt down, moved the runner over, but was out at first in that game against Silex, and then Ken Hufty walked Graydon Coleman intentionally for the second time. Bowling Green was held off the score sheet, but if he would have got the bunt hit, that could have really changed the complexion of that 5-4 Bowling Green loss, as Coleman takes the ball low in his first at bat. He's kind of in that Barry Bonds situation. He may only see 1 or 2 pitches a game, and he's just a sophomore, but he's a hitter. And this one is hit deep into left, backing up, and that ball is gone. That's a 2-run home run for Graydon Coleman over the left field fence with the wind blowing in. That was one of those 1 to 3 pitches he's going to see in a ball game, and he blasts it to give Bowling Green the 2-0 lead. Bobcats strike early with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Maybe they like being the road team here at home. Graydon Coleman with a blast to put the Bobcats up. 2-0, and that brings in Brendan Scherter. Scherter, the first lefty in the lineup. We'll see a couple of them on the Van Far side. He takes a strike. 0-1. So Coleman with the home run. This one grounded weakly to short. Up with it is Stanich, and his throw over is in time for the second out. So Scherter retired on the ground out. 6-3. And there's 2 away. Brings in the pitcher, David Troutman, who appreciates getting a lead before he has to throw a pitch. And he takes a strike right down the middle. 0-1. Hunter Ince on deck. Troutman ready for the 0-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. Well, we'll see if Coleman gets another pitch the rest of the afternoon. 0-2. This one grounded weakly to third. Having to wait on it is Condi. His throw across is not in time and gets away. Not far enough for Troutman to advance. That one's an infield hit. He beat it out clean before the ball got away. Infield single, just had to wait on it. It was kind of in between. Do you charge? Do you wait? And Troutman gets up the line for a hit. Already the third hit for the Bobcats. Showing bunt, throw down, and a stolen base for Troutman. Pitch was a strike. Now a runner in scoring position, and that one is called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Hunter Ince. Alex Reedy, the on-deck hitter if the inning continues. The 0-2 just misses the corner. A ball and 2 strikes. Well, gave up the home run and a weak infield single after that. And this one is grounded to the shortstop in the hole. Throw across. Stanich throws out Hunter Ince to retire the Bobcats in the top of the first inning. Couple of hits, a home run, and a 2-0 Bobcat lead. Graydon Coleman goes yard, and we're heading to the bottom of the first. Van Far coming up on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Ackles Farm Market, Noah Builders, and Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service.
Gambino's Eatery in downtown Louisiana is hiring. We're looking for someone energetic, independent, and motivated to join our kitchen crew. If you enjoy kitchen, prep, and cooking, don't mind a little cleaning, and take pride in your work, we want to hear from you. You'll need to work well both on a team and independently. We're looking for someone dependable who wants to stick around and grow with us. Part-time or full-time positions available with competitive pay. Apply online now at gambinoseatery.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
Set the defense for Bowling Green. They lead Van Far 2-0, and across the outfield it's Carson Canese in left, Brady Huber in center, Calvin McCurdy's in right. Graydon Coleman, the home run hitter, is at third base. Brendan Schroeder at short. Hunter Innes at second base, and Alex Reedy over at first. Mason Murray behind the plate, and David Trotman taking his warm-up tosses. That was pretty much a no-doubter. Probably cleared that tall fence by about 15, 20 feet for the first two runs of the ball game as Troutman continues his warm-up tosses. Here at Bowling Green High School. As the throw goes down, Tyson Douglas will make his way to the plate. Van Far left fielder coming back off the knee injury suffered all the way back in football season. Real jolt to the lineup for Van Far. 6-2 since his return, including a 5-game win streak. And the first pitch he sees from Troutman is outside into the screen, 1-0. 2-0 Bobcats on the Coleman home run in the top of the first. Troutman. That one's coming back at us. Drops just short of the concession stand down below, and it's 1-1 count. As Douglas may have expanded his zone a little bit there on 1-0. Now 1-1. Low and away, 2 balls and a strike. And the next, that one hit off the screen, 2-2. Had one close there, fouls it off. Interesting delivery for Troutman. He doesn't lift the foot very high off the ground and holds it. Trying to mess with the batter's timing a little bit, and that one bounces in. And the count goes full. And a payoff pitch to the leadoff man for Van Far. And a swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove. And that's the first strikeout of the afternoon. And Douglas goes down swinging to bring in Ronnie Stanich. Ronnie wears number 2, bats from the right-hand side. Beautiful day for baseball. Wind blowing in. That one's just outside for ball 1. Stanich tried to do something here with 1 out and the base is empty. And the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. Evens the count at 1-1 as Van Far's come up swinging and haven't got the timing down yet on David Troutman. Even count, 1-1. The next, in for a strike, 1-2. And from the full wide, Troutman kicks and delivers, and this one is hit over the second baseman and into short right center field. Just kind of dies out there. Didn't get much on it, but it's a base hit. The first of the day for Van Far, and Stanich is aboard. Brings in Carson Huff. And he takes one high and away for ball one. With a runner aboard and one out. There's a strike. Evens things up. Carson having a good year. Coach Cameron, his brother, Eric, the assistant. A lot of huffs out there as that one goes down to second and a stolen base for Ronnie Stanich. The pitch was high and away to make it 2-1, and Van Far has a runner in scoring position. The pitcher, Coel, on deck. Two ball, one strike count. Swing and a miss. That one off the plate. Evens the count at 2-2. Wind picks up a little bit, still blowing in as he puts the bat on the ball, pops it up to the first baseman who ran in front of the second baseman, and dropping the ball is Reedy. That's going to be an error, and there's two aboard. I think that was a little miscommunication by the Bobcats. E3 on the play, and there's runners at first and second. Now Van Far has the tying run aboard. Putting this one into play into center field. Out there for Huber. They're going to tag and try and advance that runner to the third. The throw is in time. It's a double play, an inning-ending double play. 8-5 on the twin killing. The fly out and the throw to third, and Bowling Green gets out of the inning. Van Far leaves a runner aboard. Still trail the Bobcats 2-0 after one full on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, Barnes Roots and Herbs, and Mike Henry Excavating.
Hi, I'm Tara Grody with People's Savings Bank in Bowling Green, Missouri. As a true community bank, we're here for you today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Looking for a new bank? We make switching easy. Keep your banking local and bank where you matter. Visit us online at OURPSB.com. People's Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Jonah Jones with Community State Bank of Missouri. At Community State Bank, we believe in keeping your money where it matters, here at home. Community State Bank is committed to serving our neighbors with personalized financial solutions. Whether you're looking to grow your savings or need a loan for that next big step, we are here to help. Your loan decisions are made by people who understand your needs because we live here too. Community State Bank of Missouri with branches in Bowling Green and Troy. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
So Van Far runs into an out, trying to advance the runner to third after the fly out to center. They leave a runner aboard and still trail the Bobcats 2-0. For Bowling Green, it's going to be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Reedy, Canese, and McCurdy. As the first baseman, Alex Reedy, takes a strike to start the second inning. As that's pitch number 16 from Reese Coel. The 0-1 off the glove of the catcher. And the count even at 1-1. Reedy set again, and Coel from the full wind delivers a swinging strike. Reedy went after the high pitch and came up empty. 1-2 to the seventh place hitter for Bowling Green, as that one may have been overcooked a little bit up and into the eyes of Reedy. Evens the count at 2-2. Does change his sight line, though. And he swings and misses. That's the first strikeout recorded by Reese Coel. And that's how we start the top of the second inning. Brings in Carson Knies, Bowling Green's left fielder today. We saw the arm of Huber on display against Silex as he delivered a ball from center to home. It was just a bit up the line and got away from the catcher. But the throw was very good as that throw across is in time for the out, as grounding out to third base is Carson Knies. Condi over to Huff for the second out. 5-3 on the putout. And that brings in Calvin McCurdy. Ninth place hitter. And a swing and a miss. He wears number 25, bats from the right-hand side. Base is empty and 2 outs. Bowling Green leads Van Far 2-0. That one fouled back to the screen. And it's 0-2 to the Bobcat right fielder, Calvin McCurdy. Ed Martinson has some new baseballs. Everyone ready, and that one's up high. A ball and 2 strikes. This will be pitch number 25, and it's low for a 2-2 count. And again, Coel from the full line puts one in the dirt. Had him 0-2, now 3-2. You don't want to walk the ninth place hitter and bring the top of the order back up for the Bobcats. 3-2. Swung on and missed. He came back and got him. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Reese Coel. Bowling Green goes down 1-2-3, but still lead Van Far 2-0 after an inning and a half on Eagle 102 Sports.
Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green is right here for you and your family. The Hannibal Regional Medical Group team of primary care providers are ready to help guide you on your path to better health. To schedule an appointment, just call 573-324-2241. Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Pike County Mutual Insurance Agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Eagles Nest End, and People's Savings Bank.
Now Bowling Green just coming out on the field ahead of the bottom of the second inning. For Van Far, it's going to be Malik Douglas, Gibson Condi, Garrett Hopke. If anyone gets on, Easton Sharp will bat. 5, 6, 7 for the home team here this afternoon, the Van Far Indians. And we were supposed to be in Farber. Got all the way to the brick plant before I saw that the game had been switched to Bowling Green. So it took roughly 40 minutes to drive 5 blocks for this ball game. Looks like the Bobcats are ready. Troutman going to throw one more, maybe. Well, the middle infielders retreated. I don't think they're going to throw down. As Malik steps into the batter's box. That was interesting. Troutman against Malik Douglas. Malik wears 15. And he takes a ball just high to start this bottom of the second inning. Here comes another, and that one's high as well, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Coleman playing off the line, but a step on the grass is that one high as well, 3-0. Now with a 3-0 count, Coleman drops back. And a strike called as Troutman finds the zone. 3-1. 5th place hitter for Van Far, Malik Douglas, swings and foul tips it into the glove of catcher Mason Murray to load the count. Well, it's 3-0 now, 3-2. And the payoff pitch is way up high. And a leadoff walk issued to Douglas. First walk allowed by either side. And it brings in Gibson Condi. Runner takes a lead, pitch a strike. It's 0-1. Condi wears number 6, bats from the right-hand side, and is granted time. Douglas takes his lead off first and a step off instead by Troutman. He stepped off and walked back towards second base. 0-1. Runner goes. Pitch was high, and they'll just throw back to the pitcher. Stolen base for Douglas. And the count even at 1-1. And Farber trying to get on the board. Trailing Bowling Green 2-0. And the 1-1 offering is hit off the screen. 1-2. A little delayed reaction from a little girl walking in the vicinity of that foul ball. Troutman looks back at that runner at second. Now a step off. He'll walk him back to the bag. Takes that same lead again. This one hit in the air and out of play. Count stays at 2-2. That was pitch number 25 for Troutman. Runner at second takes his lead. And the next is hit up over us. I never saw it come back down. Didn't hear it hit us either. Up here in the broadcast booth, high above this beautiful diamond at Bowling Green High School. Here comes another. Sticks the bat out, spoils another one. Third foul ball since the count went to 2 strikes. 2-2. Pitch number 28 from David Troutman is inside, and Douglas takes third. Stole 2 bases without a throw. Count full. And the payoff is inside, and he walked him. Now it's runners at the corners with nobody out. Second walk of the inning. That brings in Hopke. Troutman going to have to throw strikes. Now the 2 umpires are going to talk about something. In between, they're going to intentionally walk Hopke to load the bases with nobody out. I don't know if it was an intentional walk or not because, oh, no, they were talking about the count. I thought maybe it was not 3-2, but 2-2. They called Hopke back. The umpires initially talked about the count and then told him to go down to first base. And now they're going to check both books. I think when the scoreboard went to that first foul ball, I think they put a ball on the board. And it should be a 3-2 count now. So we'll see what we come up with here. I think they're going to stick with the call and give him first base. So he walks, I believe, on 3 balls. Now Condi will be the batter. Excuse me, Hopke. And they're going to play way in at third base to guard against the squeeze play. Runner goes off of first and takes second. So second and third now. That's the tying run in scoring position. Nobody out, showing bunt, and bounces it in. 2-0 the count. Trotman has walked the first 2 and hasn't been able to find the strike zone yet against the 7th place hitter in Garrett Hopke. Not showing bunt anymore, and he takes one into right field, and that'll get down for a hit and score 2. Up with it is McCurdy. Oh, they hold the runner at third. McCurdy delivered a good throw, and it's 2-1. RBI single to get Van Far on the board. Probably a good decision. Don't want to run into an out when you've got a rally going. Now it's first and third. And took some courage. Hopke swinging on 2-0. Now brings in the lefty, Easton Sharp. And he takes a strike. Runner takes second. 0-1. Sharp. All the way back, all the way in the left-hand batter's box. Takes one low. Evens things up at 1-1. Fouled off the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Not much movement from the runners at second and third. They're going to try and make sure on anything before they leave those bags. And that is just low. 2-2. A little more dancing that time off of third base from Condi. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that is called ball 3. Trotman's in the neighborhood against Sharp. But now has to throw a strike with runners at second and third. 3-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Trotman and the Bobcats. That's the first out. Brings in the number 9 man. Actually, Gaston going to hit. May have been a late change to the order. Foul tipped into the glove of Mason Murray. 0-1. No balls, one strike, and this one hit into center field and down for a hit. One run comes in. That'll be all. They've got the runner at second, and the throw is wide and into center field, and another run's going to come in. So on the error, Van Far takes a 3-2 lead. Aggressiveness on the base pass leads to a run, and Van Far scores 2. So scoring was Condi and then Hopke. And ending up at second on those throws was Gaston. That'll bring in Tyson Douglas with a runner in scoring position and just one out. He takes a ball up and in. I think it was Reedy that cut that off. So that's low and away to the right hand hitting Tyson Douglas. 2-0 to the Indian left fielder. 3-2 Van Far, all 3 runs coming here in this bottom of the second inning. Runner goes off of second. Throw down is into left field, and it'll be 4-2. Error on the catcher. So it's a stolen base. E2 to push another run across, and now the bases are empty for Van Far and a 3-0 count. Aggressiveness on the base pass. Actually, calculated aggressiveness because they were a little timid to start the inning. And then hit that switch as the pitch was high for ball 4. And the third walk issued in the inning to go along with 2 singles. And it'll bring in Ronnie Stanich, who's already got a single in this ball game and a stolen base. And he takes a ball a little high. And a 1-0 count. 7th batter of the inning for the Indians. They've scored 4 times. Still just 1 out. Runner goes. Throw down. A head first slide. And in safely is Tyson Douglas. He looked a little more like himself running there. 2-0 the count. To Stanich. And the next to Ronnie is low for ball 3. He's missed high, he's missed low. And finds himself in danger of walking a 4th man here in this bottom of the second inning. And there's a get-over fastball and actually tailed in a little bit. Makes it 3-1. Another, and that's a walk. So runners at first and second again for Carson Huff. And that'll draw Coach Jane out of the dugout. And that may be, yeah, it looks like he's just talked to him, has the whole infield on the mound. Because really, this could be the ball game if Van Far can put up a crooked number. So Trotman going to have to start throwing strikes. Let the defense work behind him. Home plate umpire all the way out. And they finally break up the conference on the hill. First and second, one out. 4 runs have crossed for Van Far. Turning a 2-0 deficit into a 4-2 lead. Showing bunt, takes a strike, and the runners take second and third. Double steal. And an 0-1 count. That one fouled off the screen high. 0-2. Huff behind in the count. He reached on an error last inning. Already at the plate for the second time. And this one grounded to the third base coaching box. Nice play over there by Cameron Huff. Coach has still got it. Right at the entrance to the Bowling Green dugout. The 0-2 bounces in. Ball and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Here from Bowling Green High School. Van Far, the home team, as they were set to host. That one goes back to the screen. Got a good bounce as it went over the head of Murray, right back to him. 2-2. Pitch number 48 coming from David Troutman. Second and third, one out. Sticks the bat out, probably swung at ball 3. Instead, still a 2-2 count. That one goes out of play over the Van Far dugout on the first base side. Huff digs back in. He doesn't want to walk, he wants to swing. This one chopped back to the pitcher. They play to first, run scores. And that's the second out. RBI ground out for Huff. And it goes 1-3 on the putout. In to score is Douglas to make it 5-2. And that brings in Reese Coel, who is the 9th batter to come to the dish here in the home half of the second. He takes a ball high. Runner at third with 2 outs. Troutman wants this inning over. Popped up. Out of play. And into no man's land, and actually ends up in the power grid there between the baseball and softball diamond. 1-1 the count. Well, flew out into a 8-5 double play to end the first. That one outside, 2-1. He's got a runner at third with 2 down this time. And the next, swung on and missed. Big cut, came up empty, 2-2. 2 outs, runner at third base. And the pitch is grounded to the shortstop. Up with it is Scherter. Throw across in time. And Van Far will have to settle for a 5-run inning. A 3-run lead as they're up 5-2 heading to the third inning. Bowling Green coming up on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Lynn's Heritage House.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Eagles Bluff Golf Course in Clarksville is a locally owned public course available for play 7 days a week. For more information, call, visit, or go online to eaglesbluffgolf.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
5-run inning for the Van Far Indians, and they take a 5-2 lead over Bowling Green. Thursday baseball on Eagle 102 Sports. Mark Fronick here in the broadcast booth. Van Far, the home team. Bowling Green, the visitor, even though we're at Bowling Green High School. And back to the mound is Reese Goel for his third inning of work. He gave up the 2-run shot, 3 hits total in the first inning. Coleman touched them all for the Bobcats, but then pitched a 1-2-3 inning against the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, and now we're back to the top of the order for Mason Murray. Murray flew out to right his first time up. That opened the game. This one fouled out of play, 0-1. And the next, chopped off the plate, swinging bunt, and he'll be safe at first, and then throws it away, does the pitcher, all the way down into the right field corner, rounding second, heading for third, and that's where he'll end up. As Murray takes advantage of Coel's error, Reese came off. It was a weird bounce off the plate. He tried to pick it up barehanded, dropped the ball, rushed the throw, ends up all the way down in the corner. So actually 2 errors on the play. This one hit into right field, making the catch out there. They'll tag and hold the runner at third. Good throw in from Garrett Hopke for the first out, as Brady Huber is retired on the fly out to right. Brings in the home run hitter, Graydon Coleman. He took a 1-0 pitch, and they intentionally walk him. He's getting used to that. Runners at the corners now with 1 out. Brings in Scherter. Bobcats trail by 3 here in the top of the third inning. Runner takes second, and a pitch, a strike to Scherter. So now second and third. That one right down the third base line. The lefty puts it opposite field right on the line, and it's going to score 2. Overrunning it was the left fielder. And into second with a 2-run hit is Brendan Scherter to make it a 1-run game. 5-4, top 3. Both Coleman and Murray score. That'll bring in the pitcher Troutman, who will try and draw this game even. Swing and a miss. Big cut came up empty. 0-1. Goel has his sign. That one swung and foul tipped off the glove of the catcher Gaston. 0-2. So Bowling Green allows the big inning, but didn't make it a huge inning, and that's a swing and a miss. For strike 3, Troutman down for the second out. Now they've pulled it back within one. The batter will be Hunter Ince. Ince grounded out to the shortstop, his only plate appearance so far. Takes a ball low. 1-0 the count. 2 outs. Runner takes his lead off of second. That's Scherter, and that one is fouled down the line and out of play. Past the Van Far dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, they got the concession stand open now. And the next is high for ball 2. 2-1. And a swing and a miss at a ball up in the eyes of Ince. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second. Coel's 2-2 pitch. He got him swinging, and that strands a runner in scoring position. Bowling Green scores 2 in the top of the third to make it a 1-run ball game. Van Far comes up in the bottom of the third, leading 5-4 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, and Bolin Chevrolet.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Ackles Farm Market, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
To the bottom of the third here at Bowling Green High School. Good ball game, 5-4. Van Far leading the Bowling Green Bobcats. And they'll try and add to that here in the bottom of the third inning, as we'll start it exactly where we started the second inning with the number 5 man Malik Douglas, Gibson Condi, Garrett Hopke. Douglas walked, stole 2 bases, and scored last inning, part of that. That's a 5-run second to give Van Far the lead at the time by 3, now down to a 1-run lead. As we have a new pitcher for Bowling Green. They move things around a little bit. Scherter, now the pitcher. As the throw goes down, we're ready for action here in the bottom of the third. So Troutman goes 2, allows 5. And Douglas heads to the plate. Malik looking to get on base for the second time. Coleman shifts over to shortstop. That pitch missed. 1-0. And the next from Scherter is hit to the second baseman off the glove of Ince. That's a hit all the way into right center field. That was a bullet off the bat of Douglas, and he's on board for the second time, and look for him to do some running. Brings in Condi. Gibson walked and scored. in his first at-bat. Runner goes, ball back to the screen. In without a slide is Douglas. And a 1-0 count to Condi. Inside and high, 2-0. That one fouled as Condi was swinging up 2-0 in the count and dropped the bat down toward his feet to foul that one off. 2-1 to the Van Far third baseman today. That one hit into right, and it will go foul by about 5 feet. Even the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes with the runner at second base, nobody out. Scherter in relief of Troutman. Hopke on deck. The 2-2 pitch. Grounded to the third baseman. Troutman looks the runner back. Throw is in the dirt and gets away. And now Douglas will advance to third base. Runners at the corners, E5 on the play. And nobody out. Brings in Garrett Hopke. And that is a strike called. Runner takes second. The 0-1 from the stretch is hit back past our windows. No balls and 2 strikes. To Hopke. He's back in the box. New ball out to the mound. And Scherter's 0-2 pitch is grounded foul past Douglas, who was coming down the line at third base. Still 0-2 to Garrett Hopke. That one bounces, and Douglas going to come in. No throw. And it's 6-4. Van Far over to third base. Goes Condi on the wild pitch. And a 1-2 count. Now a runner at third with nobody out, and this one is hit in the air. Left center field, ranging over, unable to make the catch. Out there is Kanies, and another run comes in, and the throw to second not in time. And it's 7-4. RBI for Hopke, who ends up at second base. Call that a bloop double. That pitch up high to the left-hand hitting Flowers. So Flowers hitting in that 8 spot. He's DHing there instead of the 9 spot. So Sharp is fielding only. They had him transposed on the lineup card initially. And a 2-1 count. That one fouled out of play all the way to right center field of the softball diamond. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Flowers. That one misses. 3-2 the count. To Landon Flowers. Runner at second. Nobody out for Van Far. They've scored twice, and this one nubbed back to the pitcher. Scherter's throw to first in time. Runner moves over to third. So a swinging bunt is the first out. Goes 1-3 on the putout. And I'll bring in Gavin Gaston. And a swing and a miss. Big cut there from Gaston, 0-1. Scherter throws that one outside. Evens the count and a ball and a strike. Runner at third. Goes off speed and gets a call. 1-2. To the 9th place hitter, Gavin Gaston, top of the order, looming with Tyson Douglas on deck. This one hit to the second baseman and through. It took a short hop. And is unable to decide if he was going to try for on the fly or get it on the bounce was Ince. And Van Far scores again on the air by the Bobcat second baseman. 84. And crossing the plate is Hockey with 1 out. Van Far has a runner aboard again and another run on the board. Runner goes, throw down, not in time. Stolen base for Gaston. 8-4, Van Far leads. We're in the bottom of the third inning. 0-1 count to Tyson Douglas. And runner goes on that pitch and just slides in ahead of the tag. Count goes to 0-2, 2 stolen bases. This time around for Gaston. Tyson is struck out. This one hit hard to the shortstop. Up with it is Coleman, throw across in time. Runner crosses, and it's 9-4. RBI ground out for the Van Far leadoff man. 6-3 on the putout and an RBI. Gaston scores, 2 down, bases empty. For Ronnie Stanich. And Ronnie takes a ball high. The 1-0. Hit off the screen. Ball and a strike. Four runs have crossed here in the home half of the third after Van Far scored 5 times in the second. Bounces in. 2 balls and a strike. Ronnie's been on base twice, a single. A walk, has not scored yet, but has a couple of stolen bases. Been stranded at second both times. That one off the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases empty for Van Far after they plated 4. And the next from Schurter, swung on and missed. Ball dropped. They'll throw him out at first. Strikeout 2-3 on the putout. And that ends the Van Far third inning. They score 4 times, now lead Bowling Green 9-4 heading to the fourth on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Ackles Farm Market, Noah Builders, and Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicky Cadwalader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
We go to the fourth inning here at Bowling Green High School. Bobcats come up, trailing Van Far by 5. And it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters for Bowling Green. And a swing and a miss on the first pitch to Alex Reedy. Comes back with a hard strike, 0-2. As Coel had no problem with this part of the order. And a strikeout. The second of Reedy in this ball game. Coel faced the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the second inning, collected 2 strikeouts and a ground out to retire Bowling Green 1-2-3. He started the same way, and a swing and a miss on the first pitch to Carson Canese. He was first pitch swinging his first time up, grounded out to the third baseman. This one grounded to the shortstop. Having a back up on it is Stanich. The throw, though, in plenty of time. 6-3 on the putout, and the first 2 are retired quickly for Van Far. For Bowling Green. Bobcats being the road team here at home continues to mess with my perception of time and events. Brings in McCurdy. Calvin struck out on a 3-2 pitch. This one hit to the second baseman. Up with it is Sharp. Throw over to Huff is in time. And another 1-2-3 inning for Coel and the Van Far Indians. They continue to lead Bowling Green 9-4 as we head to the bottom of the fourth on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, Barnes Roots and Herbs, and Mike Henry Excavating.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
Bottom of the fourth, here from Bowling Green High School. Mark Fronick high above in the broadcast booth. Van Far trailed 2-0 after an inning, had a 5-run second. Bowling Green came back with 2 in the top of the third. Van Far answered with 4 in the bottom half of that inning and lead this ball game as they come to hit in the fourth, 9-4. Big hit early for Bowling Green was a 2-run home run by Graydon Coleman. Bowling Green had 3 hits in the top of the first. But were unable to hold that lead. Got back into the ball game, but allowed a second straight big inning for Van Far. They've extended it out to 5. And it'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Indians. Huff, Coel, and Douglas. Spinning away from that inside pitch is Reese Coel. He's ahead in the count 1-0. This one chopped to the shortstop, charging in on it and throwing out. Huff is the shortstop. They move things around again on the infield. That's far away. Try and get the number on the Bowling Green shortstop as Coleman moved back to third. In any case, it's a 6-3 put out for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th. Bowling Green's uniforms aren't the easiest to read. Red outline numbers on a black jersey. So black numbers on a black jersey with a red outline. Is that one misses 1-0. Huff retired, Coel the batter. This one hit in the air. Coming in on it is the right fielder. It'll fall foul on the field of play to even the count at 1-1. Everyone gave it a look. No one could catch up to it. That one hung up in the air for a while. Coel back in the batter's box after Huff grounded out to short. The 1-1 is outside for ball 2. Two balls and a strike. Base is empty, 1 down. That one in for a strike. Good pitch from the second pitcher of the day for the Bobcats, Brendan Scherter. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 offering heads to the plate, bounces in, count goes full. He runs down to first. And again, we're going to talk about the count, I think. I don't know. I had 2-2. They're going to say he walked. Scoreboard, I think, had 2-2 as well. Been an interesting day. So it's a walk with 1 out. And Douglas is hit by the pitch. And we'll trot down to first and 2 on with 1 out. So Malik down to first, Coel down to second, and Condi will be the batter. This one hit in the air right field. Again, in kind of no man's land, it'll drop foul again. About 15 feet past the infield dirt in foul territory. 0-1. Popular spot this half inning for Van Far hitters, and shaking that off his hands is Condi. Moves behind the count, 0-1, with runners at first and second and 1 down. A walk and a hit by pitch. Scherter's next delivery is an 0-1. In for strike 2. Went off speed on him, and Condi wasn't ready. 0-2. Strikeout would be big here for Scherter and the Bobcats. And he got it. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Gibson Condi. He'd been on base twice already without a hit. Doesn't reach this time, and it'll bring in Garrett Hopke. 2 down, runners at first and second. Schurter looking to hold here. And a swing and a miss. Got the first one, allowed the walk and the hit by pitch, came back with the strikeout. Now facing the 7th placed hitter, Hopke, who's been on base twice. Single and a double. RBI, 2 runs scored. They've got the runner caught, and he is thrown out at third. So Van Farr does the most egregious thing you could do on a diamond. Run into the third out and do it awkwardly at that. They leave a man on and fail to score for the first time in 3 innings. They still lead Bowling Green 9-4 as we head to the 5th on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Central State Bank's team takes the time to understand your unique needs and goals. Join thousands of satisfied customers and experience the personal touch and professional service that set them apart. Visit one of the convenient locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Central State Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Noah Builders in Silex is a proud supporter of all area athletes. They're a small, locally owned contractor with over 25 years of experience in custom and new home construction. Noah Builders wants to take your forever home plan and make it a reality. Call or visit Noah Builders at noahbuildersinc.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
Right to business here in the 5th inning. And this one hit to left center, but playing over that way was Douglas and makes the catch. So Tyson makes that grab. And we're underway. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. So Murray retired. And a pitch up high. To Brady Huber. And a swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss again, low and away. Count goes to 1-2. Brady has singled and scored and flown out to right. 1 for 2 today. He was on ahead of the Graydon Coleman home run, but he's caught looking here and down on strikes. That's 7 in a row retired now by Coel, and he may have just been pitch limited. I'm not sure. Out of the dugout to talk to him, and then back in is Coach Huff. He's only thrown 51. So unless he threw on Tuesday, I don't think he's close. But Coleman is the batter, and that's probably what the conversation was about. He allowed the home run to him, intentionally walked him last time. But now the base is empty with 2 down and a strike called on the first pitch to Graydon Coleman. That intentional walk came around to score as well. This one chopped to the third baseman. Backing up on it is Condi. Throw across is up the line, and did he tag him? Yes, he did. Good play by the Van Farr first baseman, Carson Huff. He knew he wasn't going to get him on the base, so he stuck the glove out and tagged him in front of the base. your arms are always in front of your feet, right? He tags him out. Out to talk about it is Coach Jane, and I think that's what he was asking. Was it on the tag or on the base? Because he never touched the base. It was on the tag, and that's the third out. Coleman retired for the first time. We head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Van Far leads Bowling Green 9-4 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, and Bolin Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Bottom of the fifth inning, 9-4. Van Far comes back to the dish with the 5-run lead here at Bowling Green High School. Schurter in his second inning of work, being in relief of David Troutman. And he'll be facing the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Hopke was at the plate when Coe was caught stealing third to end the home half of the fourth. Now he'll get another shot in the home half of the fifth with the bases empty. As Schurter will throw one more warm-up toss, and the ball will go down, and we'll get this bottom of the fifth underway. Went over the second baseman's head. Shortstop was backing him up. Made the catch on the fly. Now we're ready. The batter, Garrett Hopke. Hopke, Flowers, and Gaston. And the first pitch of the inning is hit back up the middle and through for a base hit into short center. Nice job by Hopke to just take that one right back through the box for a leadoff single. And Flowers will be the batter. Landon. Sees that one bounce, and the runner will take second. It goes back to the screen. 1-0 count. Flowers, the DH today, wears number 7. Left-handed hitter. And takes that one outside for ball 2. Nobody out. Awkward bunt attempt on 2-0. Came up empty. 2-ball, 1 strike count now. To the Van Far designated hitter. That one taken high. 3-1. Two Flowers. Gaston again on deck. This one grounded to the third baseman, foul. And the count goes full. Flowers struck out, grounded back to the pitcher. See what he does here on 3-2. Takes strike 3. Got him looking. Second strikeout of Landon Flowers, and that brings in Gavin Gaston. Gaston has singled and scored, and reached on an error and scored. Has 3 stolen bases, and takes a strike to start his third plate appearance of the day. This one grounded through the hole and into left field. Gets under the glove of Knies, but that was going to score the run anyway. RBI single for Gaston. His second RBI today. And his second hit. Scoring from second is Hopke, and it's 10-4. And back to the top of the order for Tyson Douglas, who has walked in 3 plate appearances, has an RBI ground out, and there's a stolen base after the pitch was a strike. The 0-1 pitch to Douglas is outside, 1-1. Fifth inning, bottom half. Van Far, the home team, on the scoreboard this afternoon. This one hit in the air behind second base. Going back and making the catch is the second baseman, Hunter Ince, for the second out. Runner has to, well, he tagged and went to third on the play. So they'll try and get him home with 2 outs. Ronnie Stanich. Did he drop that ball? He did drop that ball, because Douglas was standing at first. So instead of the pop out, I didn't see it come out of his glove. E4. And there's only 1 out. Runners at second and third. And an 0-2 count. That must have been the most discreet drop ever. This one's not dropped. Right into the glove of the first baseman, Alex Reedy, on the line out. And that is the second out. Let me check. Yeah, he didn't go to first. So second and third now, 2 outs. And the batter will be Carson Huff. Huff's been a little snake bit today. He has an RBI hit, reached on an error, and a ground out. So it doesn't look like bad on paper, but it doesn't seem like he's been fully dialed in like we're used to seeing, as that one's out of the zone. 2-0. Second and third, 2 outs. Almost hit him. 3-0. Three balls, no strikes, 2 outs, runners at second and third. And he walked him on 4 straight. And the bases are loaded. That's the first walk. Second walk issued by Scherter. But now he's in a bind as Coel, the pitcher and cleanup hitter, strides to the plate and takes one low and away. Good bounce off the screen, and they're going to get the out at home. Again, the third out committed on the base pass, and Van Far misses out on a bases-loaded opportunity, trying to score on a wild pitch that hit the base of the backstop, the concrete instead of the screen, and tagged out at the plate to end the inning. It is 10-4 Van Far. After 5 full, heading to the 6th, Bowling Green coming up on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Ackles Farm Market, Noah Builders, and Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service.
The Eagles Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast in Louisiana offers inviting guest rooms, each with its own unique character and historic charm. Call or book online at theeaglesnestinbb.com.
Lynn's Heritage House, your home for affordable and home-like senior living, is perfect for independent seniors or those needing assistance with daily activities. Lynn's has a dedicated staff providing around-the-clock support and comprehensive health monitoring. Residents can relish the same lifestyle they've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing help is available when needed. If you or someone you know is ready for a retirement home or needs care from a hospital stay or surgery, call Lynn's to set up a tour and visit soon. Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane, Louisiana.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Eagles Nest End, and People's Savings Bank.
Well, thanks to Mark Huber for picking up the tab at the concession stand. I had the money out. He said, nope, not doing it today. So thanks, Mark, and enjoyed the hot dog. No relish on the hot dog. Actually, it was plain. I had to get back out to the booth a couple innings ago. Been enjoying that hot dog in between innings the last couple, and it's going to be Scherter, Troutman, and Ince, the batters, 4, 5, and 6 for Bowling Green. And a strike called, makes it an 0-2 count quickly to Brendan Scherter. Scherter, Troutman, Ince. And the 0-2 pitch fouled off the screen. We'll do it again. 2-run single for Brendan Scherter today. Ground out to short in his first at bat. Behind in the count 0-2. And takes that one outside for a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Bats left, throws right. And takes strike 3 to start the top of this 6th inning. That'll bring in Troutman, who struck out and singled. He's stolen a base today, was stranded at second, back all the way in the top of the first inning. It was one of 3 hits in that first, including the Graydon Coleman home run. Coel's pitch, outside for ball 1. Long look, and from the full line, Reese delivers, and that is a strike called. Very similar placement to the first one. Brought it in maybe an inch and got the call. Troutman, who was the starting pitcher, takes a strike. He was relieved by Scherter. And he is on the hook right now for the loss if the game stays the way it is. This one hit into center field. Late break on it, it'll drop. As Douglas picks it up, delivers it back to the second baseman, and it's a 1-out hit for Troutman, his second of the day. And it brings in Hunter Ince. Bit of a rough day fielding. And he's 0 for 2 at the plate. Grounded out 6-3 as that one's fouled back toward us. 0-1. Struck out in the third. That ended the top of the third inning. Behind in the count 0-1 with a runner on first and 1 down. Waiting for the set of signs. Now Coel back up. Check on the runner at first. And back in with a headfirst slide is Troutman. Next pitch will be pitch 64 for Reese Coel. This one is hit into right and down for a hit. Back-to-back hits. They're going to try and advance the runner to third. No. He retreats back to second. Good idea by Troutman. Bowling Green has a little something going here. First hit of the day for Ince. We'll bring in Alex Reedy. Bobcat first baseman snared a nice line drive for an out last half inning. puts the bat on the ball here, pops it up to the pitcher. He calls everyone off, and Quell makes the catch for the second out. That's what you want as a pitcher. When you got a couple of runners aboard, is a nice infield pop-up. Two down for Carson Canese, Bobcat left fielder. Grounds this one toward the shortstop. Bobbled. Throw over. Not in time. The bases are loaded. E6 loads him up for the Bobcats. Two down. The number 9 hitter, Calvin McCurdy, will try and get some runs across for Bowling Green. Swing and a miss. Big cut came up empty. 0-1. Yeah, that's pretty much assured that Quell will have to face Coleman again, as this one's down for a hit. It will score a run. The bottom of the order doing big things for the Bobcats. One run crosses, and it's 10-5. RBI for McCurdy. Bowling Green hasn't hit the ball real hard, but they put it in good spots on the outfield grass and keep the line moving here back to the top for Mason Murray. Ball squirts away. Everyone's staying put for Bowling Green. 1-0 the count. Bobcats 2 in the first, 2 in the third, 1 here in the sixth. That one up high over the head. 2-0. Murray digs back in, bats on the right-hand side. Pink batting gloves. Puts the bat on the ball, but right at the second baseman line out. Right in the right spot there was Easton Sharp to snag that ball and have Bowling Green leave the bases loaded. They do score a run. It's 10-5, so we head to the bottom of the sixth on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, Barnes Roots and Herbs, and Mike Henry Excavating.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
Bottom of the sixth. If Van Far has it their way, this will be their last at bat. They lead 10-5. And it'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Quell, 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Quell was at the plate when the wild pitch happened, and Gaston was thrown out at the plate. So he had a 1-0 count. Goes up there with a fresh slate now to repeat his fourth plate appearance. Quell, Malik Douglas, Gibson Condi. Quell has flown into a double play, grounded to short, and has a walk today. He was caught stealing third. That ended the home half of the fourth inning. So the last 2 innings, Van Far has lost a runner on the base pass to end a rally. Van Far had 2 aboard when he got caught, and last inning, the bases were loaded when they lost that runner at the plate. This one hit into left field for a base hit just over the shortstop position. And a leadoff hit for Quell, his first hit of the day. On base for the second time here in the bottom of the sixth. Brings in Malik Douglas. And that one goes right off his noggin on the first pitch. Carries the bat halfway down and takes his spot at first base. Second Indian to be hit by a pitch. And the first two have reached for Van Far here in the bottom of inning number 6. Speaking of 6, that'll be the batter, Gibson Condi. Condi's been on base twice today, a walk and reached on an error, has scored both times. That one goes back to the screen. Runners will advance. And a 1-0 count. On the wild pitch. Runners at second and third now, nobody down. This one grounded. Past the second baseman into right field. Off the glove of McCurdy, and both runs will come across. I think they would have been there anyway, so we'll give them a 2 RBI single and a 12-5 lead. Just went the opposite way with it. Between first and second and into right. For the base hit. And more insurance as Van Far up by 7. Still nobody out. And the batter will be the 7th place hitter, Garrett Hopke. That one outside for ball 1. So with the lead up to 7. Nobody out and a runner on. Van Far can actually keep Bowling Green from even getting a chance if they plate 3 more, as that one went back to the screen. Runner heads to second base in a 2-0 count. So there is that possibility out there. Swing and a miss. 2-1 the count as he went after the high fastball. Scherter in relief of Troutman. That one up over the head of Hopke. 3-1. Runner takes his lead off of second. Not a big lead. The 3-1 is nubbed and foul. Pitcher will pick it up, and the count goes full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 have crossed, and nobody's out for Van Far. They have a runner in scoring position. In relief, that was pitch number 72 for Scherter. And we'll have another 3-2 pitch. Off the screen. Try again. Three balls, 2 strikes. To Hopke. Runner goes. Pitch. Strike 3. Throw goes into left field. And the runner will come across to score. The pitch was a ball. It was ball 4. So Van Far still has a runner aboard and a 13-5 lead. The call wasn't that emphatic from the home plate umpire. So it's a walk and an E2 to allow the runner to cross, and now the runner will take second base. Hopke steals second. The pitch was ball 1. 2 Flowers. This one chopped at the plate. Just gets out of the dish. Throw to first is in time, and the runner advances to third. That's the first out. Flowers retired. That goes 2-3 on the put out. And standing at third base is Hopke for Gavin Gaston. And that's a strike called on the first pitch to Gaston. 13-5. Top of the order, waiting in the wings as that one misses outside. 1-1. And I'm sure the Bobcats would like to face Douglas with a runner at third and 2 outs instead of 2 on and 1 out. That one hit to us just over the top of the broadcast booth, concession stand building. 1-2 the count to Gaston. The next swung on and missed, and that is the second out. Big pitch there from Scherter. That brings in Tyson Douglas. Douglas reached on an error last time up, grounded out for an RBI, walked and scored and struck out. This one hit in the air to the left fielder, and standing in and making the catch is Canese to retire the side. So Van Far can't get those last two across, and we'll head to the 7th inning. Bowling Green's last chance. They trail 13-5 to the Indians on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Lynn's Heritage House.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Ackles Farm Market, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Everyone's going to need a hit for Bowling Green here in the 7th inning. They trail 13-5 to the Van Far Indians here from Bowling Green High School. New pitcher for the Indians, and that's going to be Gibson Condi moving over from third base. So Condi in relief of Coel. I think they just swap spots. It's going to be 2, 3, and 4 for the Bobcats. Brady Huber leading things off. Then a home run hitter, Graydon Coleman. Brendan Scherter, the pitcher. If anyone gets on the pitcher of record, David Troutman will bat. But everyone's going to need a hit. Bowling Green needs 8 to tie. 9 to take the lead, continue this game. Huber struck out last time up, flew out to right before that. He had a single and scored on the home run back in the first inning. This one chopped to the third baseman. Waiting on it was Coel. Throw across in time. 1 pitch, 1 out. We're underway in the top of the 7th. 5-3 on the putout. And that'll bring in Graydon Coleman. After the home run, he was intentionally walked and scored. Stole a base in there. Grounded out to short his last time up. Throw was bad, well up the line. And 4th plate appearance today for the big Bowling Green third baseman. The 1-0. Check the swing. Called a strike. 1-1. The next, way outside, 2 balls and a strike to Graydon Coleman. Gibson Condi got Huber on 1 pitch. The next to Coleman. Just missed outside, 3-1. Will he give him something to hit here? He can't win the game. May as well let him hit. The 3-1 offering is hit opposite field into right. Long run on it and foul by about 10 feet for Coleman. The count goes full, 3-2. Gave it a long ride to the opposite field, but foul. Graydon wanted to do a little run in there. On 3-1 now. We'll see if he gets anything on 3-2. Condi back on top. Coleman ready. And the payoff pitch is outside, and he walked him. Second walk issued, first unintentional to Coleman. He's on base for the 3rd time, and they'll bring in the pitcher Scherter. He had a 2-run single back in the 3rd inning, has struck out and grounded to short. His other 2 plate appearances. They'll get a pinch runner in there for Coleman. So his game is most likely done. Runner at first, 1 down. Scherter into the left-hand batter's box. Condi's pitch is called strike 1. Troutman on deck, then Ince, if the game goes that far. 0-1. Fouled out of play, 0-2. Condi trying to close this one out. No balls, 2 strikes he has, Brennan Scherter. Runner at first, 1 down. The pitch, called a ball. Outside, off the glove of the catcher Gaston, but not far enough for the runner at first to advance. The 1-2. Instead, a check on the runner at first and back in safely. Long look. Now he delivers, and that is ball 2. That's pretty close for Scherter to take on a 1-2 count. Now the 2-2 from Gibson Condi. Fouled out of play. We'll do it again. Bowling Green led early. A home run in the first by Coleman. They give up 5 runs in the bottom of the second. Came back with 2 of their own. As that one almost hit him, runner will advance to second as the ball went to the screen. And the count goes full. Wild pitch. Puts a runner in scoring position for Bowling Green. The scoreboard says 2-2. I thought it was 3-2. This one chopped to the second baseman and off the glove of Sharp, and the runners will be at first and third with 1 out. Air on the second baseman. Coleman, or the courtesy runner or pinch runner for Coleman, goes to third. Scherter at first. with one down. Troutman the batter. Runner goes, takes second. And the pitch was not put on the board. I didn't see a call, so I'm assuming it's a ball. Yeah, well, that's what they put on the scoreboard. That one misses as well. 2-0. So after getting Huber on one pitch, walk to Coleman. Scherter reaches on an error and a 2-0 count to Troutman. This one popped up. He was swinging 2-0. Shortstop calling for it in front of the second baseman. That just kept swirling, and Stanich makes the catch for the second out. So that goes down as a pop out to short, even though it was right in front of the second baseman on the first base side of the second base bag. Troutman helps out, swings on a 2-0 pitch and pops out. That brings in Ince. Last hope for the Bobcats, and he swings and misses. That's strike one. Second and third, 2 outs. Reedy on deck if the game continues. That one back to the screen. They'll hold the runners. Count 1-1. Fouled off, and Bowling Green down to their final strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. New ball out to the pitcher. Gibson Condi in relief of Reese Coel. Trying to close it out right here. The 13-5 Van Far lead. This one lifted into short right, and making the catch is Garrett Hopke to end the inning and end the ball game. Final in this one, 13-5 Van Far over Bowling Green. Back with totals in a minute on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, and Bolin Chevrolet.
The Eagle 102 Sports postgame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
State Farm in Pittsville understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance needs. Call or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsville is located at 311 half West Washington Street in Pittsville, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
This is Marianne Everhart with Community State Bank of Missouri. At Community State Bank, we don't just work here, we live here. As a locally owned and operated bank, we are deeply rooted in the success of our communities. Every decision is made with our neighbors in mind, and every customer is treated like family. We take pride in supporting local businesses, helping families achieve their financial goals, and making our hometown stronger. When you bank with us, you're not just an account number, you're part of something bigger. Community State Bank of Missouri, with branches in Bowling Green and Troy. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwalader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports postgame show on KJFM Radio.
13-5 the final as the Van Far Indians defeat the Bowling Green Bobcats at a game that was moved from Van Far, or from Farber to Bowling Green here this afternoon. Van Far's 9th win of the season, 9-5. And Bowling Green drops to 1-11 on the season. I believe they've dropped 6 straight at this point. So Van Far surging at the right time as we get into the final weeks of the season. Coming up, they've got MMA tomorrow. They'll play at Silex on the 28th. Start May on the 1st at Christian Fellowship. Then Marion County on the road, Sturgeon, Clopton at home at Monroe City, and round out the regular season against Northeast Cairo on the 13th of May. Bowling Green, their schedule coming up, they play Wright City on the 29th, so they've got 5 days off. Wright City very tough this year. Then they'll play at Wellsville to start May. Ellsbury on the 2nd, Hannibal on the 5th, Clopton, Warrenton, and at Louisiana to round out the 2025 regular season as districts start mid-May. The 15th to the 24th is the dates for the district tournaments. So Bowling Green has dropped now their fifth straight, or Bowling Green has dropped their 5th straight in a row with tonight's loss, and their only win still coming against Mark Twain back on the 10th of April. 13 to find the final in this one. We'll give you some of the totals, wrap things up from Bowling Green after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Ackles Farm Market, Noah Builders, and Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service.
To measure the true value of a compact tractor, break out all the jobs it can do. You'll have a long list with a New Holland Workmaster Series 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor from Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green. Put your money on an economical Workmaster compact and enjoy the power of a 3-cylinder engine, the simplicity of a hydrostatic or gear transmission, and a roomy deck. If you value performance and economy, see Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green today about a Workmaster 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor.
Ackles Farm Market has locally produced beef, pork, and honey. Stop in for your farm fresh cut ribeye, New York strip, ribs, ground beef, snack sticks, and all beef hot dogs. Open every day 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
13-5, the final. Van Far over Bowling Green. The win goes to Reese Coel. The loss to David Troutman. It was actually Bowling Green that scored first after a single by Brady Huber. Graydon Coleman smacked a long home run over the left field fence to make it 2-0 Bowling Green. Troutman added a single that inning, but Bowling Green couldn't push another across. Led 2-0 after one after holding Van Far in the bottom half of the inning. The Bobcats went down in order in the second, and then in the bottom half of the second, 9 Van Far Indians come to the plate. RBIs from Carson Huff and Gavin Gaston. It's a 5-run inning and a 5-2 lead. Bowling Green comes back in the top of the third. 2-run single from Brendan Scherter made it a 5-4 ball game. But in the bottom half of that inning, Van Far busted it open, scoring 4 times. RBI by Hopke, a couple of errors in the inning for Bowling Green. RBI ground out for Tyson Douglas. They played 4 more and led 9-4 at that point. They had another run on an RBI single by Gavin Gaston in the bottom of the 5th. Bowling Green scores their final run of the ball game in the top of the 6th, an RBI for the number 9 man for Bowling Green, Calvin McCurdy. RBI single for him to plate Troutman. That led to a 3-run inning for Van Far in the bottom of the 6th that basically closed things out. 2 RBIs in that inning for Gibson Condi as Van Far extends it to a 13-5 win on the road, but the home team in this one. They moved it from Farber to Bowling Green this afternoon, and they got to have the final at bat in this ball game. They improved to 9, or pick up their 9th win of the season, as Bowling Green still stuck on 1 win, and they dropped to 1-11 in 2025. 13-5 our final. Fanfare over Bowling Green. From running back at the station, Mark. Same, we'll see you for more Diamond Sports next week on Eagle 102 Sports.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
Serving the Twin Pike